97.3. Come on. Let's go.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Flex. Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the Traffic Avenue? Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. An applause for the Traffic Avenue.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, Traffic Avenue.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu, and tonight I'm here with
Eno Safo.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, National Pensions Regulatory Authority directs SNIT to halt all plans to offload shares in Labadi Beach Hotel and 3 others to Rock City Hotel.
You are hereby directed by the board of the authority to suspend all the processes seeking to engage Rock City Hotel Limited as the strategic investor in the sale of the 4 hotels.
Also coming up, NDC officers at the national level clash with central regional officers of the party over a decision to withdraw the parliamentary candidate for Asin Central over what the regional executives describe as an immoral act on the part of the candidate. And later on Eyewitness News, will be in Parliament over 4 issues. 1. The NDC minority threatens to call the majority leader names if the free SHS bill is not laid. 2. Former Deputy Finance Minister Kweku Kwatin is demoted as Finance Committee Chair. 3. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the flag bearer of the MPP, meets majority leader over running mate choice. And 4. A plan by MPs to give pensions to themselves. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Consumers of petroleum products should brace themselves for fuel price hikes in the coming days. We'll tell you more.
That's in 50 minutes from the City Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including in the Western region on Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi, Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takoradi, and Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. We are in Ahafo region on Hammers Radio 106.5 FM in Goso. In the Ashanti region, we are live on Alpha Radio 104.9 in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are on Global 105.1 FM in Ho and Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Northern region, we are on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. We are in the Upper West region on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. And in the Upper East region, we are on Source 100.1 FM in Boko. In the Northern region, or in the Northeast rather, we are on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nakpan Duri. We're also live on citynewsroom.com. That's our website. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. Look for the Citi FM channel on YouTube. You can also send your messages to this show on 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. That's a WhatsApp number. You can alternatively go on Twitter, now known as X, and send a message. My handle is at Umaru Sanda. You can also send a message to at Citi973. And the world will hear what you think. Just use the hashtag Citi Newsroom when you send your messages. You can also use Eyewitness News. That's the hashtag. Let's start off with the National Democratic Congress, NDC, the largest opposition party. The national chairman of the party, the national secretary, the regional secretary of the NDC in the central region, Gabriel Nikome Adams, has written a letter addressed to the chairman of the Asin Central constituency of the NDC and is attentioning the constituency secretary. The letter says, "Dear comrade, withdrawal of Nurin Shaibu Mijima as NDC's 2024 parliamentary candidate of the Asin Central constituency with immediate effect. The Regional Functional Executive Committee, RFEC, sends you warm greetings. Following the interrogation and deliberations on the reports of immoral acts and anti-party conduct received by RFEC against the Asin Central parliamentary candidate, Nurin Shaibu Mijima, at the RFEC meeting held on Tuesday, 25th June 2024, the Regional Functional Executive Committee, after conducting its preliminary investigations and examining the matter minutely and exhaustively, further consulted key stakeholders in the region and the leadership of the party at the national level, resolved that Nurin Shaibu Mijima be withdrawn as a 2024 Asin Central parliamentary candidate of the NDC with immediate effect. Furthermore, RFEC has suspended Nurin Shaibu Mijima forthwith for 6 months and has referred the matter to the Regional Disciplinary Committee for adjudication. Also, the party membership of Nurin Shaibu Mijima stands suspended until the final determination of his case by the Regional Disciplinary Committee. Kindly take note of this decision of RFEC and communicate it formally to Nurin Shaibu Mijima, all constituency, ward, branch, and the rank and file of the party in the constituency. Please treat as urgent and do the needful immediately. I count on your cooperation to ensure strict compliance to this directive without fail. Signed, Gabriel Nikome Adams, Regional Secretary of the NDC. So that's the letter that we woke up to this morning. A few hours ago, the National Secretary of the party, also the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Fiavikwete, also wrote a letter. He addressed it to the regional chairman of NDC, the regional chairman of NDC in the central region. And it says, "Dear Sir, invitation to appear before the Functional Executive Committee over unlawful withdrawal of Asin Central parliamentary candidate." The letter says, "I bring you warm greetings from the National Secretariat of the National Democratic Congress. The leadership of the party has taken notice of a document in circulation on social media purported to be coming from the Regional Secretariat of the Central Region titled Withdrawal of Nurin Shaibu Mijima as NDC's 2024 parliamentary candidate of the Asin Central constituency with immediate effect. The said letter seeks to communicate a decision of the Regional Functional Executive Committee in respect of the withdrawal of the Asin Central parliamentary candidate to the constituency chairman and the secretary. The above-mentioned action, if true, was taken without the approval of the National Executive Committee and is considered inappropriate and in contravention of due process and the provisions of Articles 40, 41, 46, and 48 of the NDC Constitution. In lieu of that, you are thereby requested to appear before the national leadership of the party on Tuesday, 2nd July 2024 at 2 p.m. together with your regional secretary to explain how this letter was sent out without the approval of the party national leadership. Signed, Honorable Fifi Fiavikwete, General Secretary, NDC. So clearly, there is a conflict between the NDC in the central region and the NDC at Adabraka at the national headquarters. Luckily, the NDC has a head of conflict resolution. He's a lawyer, Abraham Amaliba. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you for having me, Omaro.
Do you admit that this is a conflict, first of all?
What I can say is that there is clearly a misunderstanding of rules. It is the reason why the national wrote to the region to come and explain the basis upon which they wrote that letter withdrawing the PC. And so this will be taken care of on Tuesday when they appear before the national executives.
It doesn't look like a misunderstanding to me. It looks like a conflict. So on the one part, the central regional executives say that their decision was taken in consultation with key stakeholders, including the national level of the party. Then the General Secretary writes a letter and says this is unlawful or not right. It means that the two groups are not talking to each other. The NDC in Cape Coast is not talking to the NDC in Accra.
A decision to suspend and withdraw a parliamentary candidate is a very big decision to take. That decision doesn't lie with the region. That decision is within the domain of the national. It is for this reason that the national is taken aback and is inviting the region. So the conclusion I am reaching is that there is a misunderstanding of the rules that the region thinks that it can play.
What are the powers of the party at the regional level?
To deal with constituency matters. And when it is about a regional executive, the region cannot sit on it, cannot determine it. The region must refer to national. The parliamentary candidate is therefore above the decision to be taken against him, as in this case, where the region took a decision to suspend the parliamentary candidate when, indeed, it was a national that supervised the election of the parliamentary candidate. So, like I told you, on Tuesday, this matter will be resolved.
Okay. Now, would there be punishments? Because if this is not right, what has happened, then there should be some penalties.
I am only happy to tell you what those two letters mean. The kind of question you are asking me, I am unable to provide it on air because I must be careful. These matters may end up on my table.
Okay, so your hands are tied.
I have not shown you any rope tying my hands. I'm just telling you that as an officer of the party, I should be circumspect because of the position I'm holding.
Did the party at any point receive complaints of an immoral act engaged in by its constituency candidate for Asin Central?
As I speak to you, I have no facts of what transpired in Central Region. I am sure on Tuesday, these facts will be made available.
Very well. Thank you. We'll wait to see what happens on Tuesday. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Ibrahim Amaliba is the head of conflict resolution at the NDC headquarters at Adabraka in Accra. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We're coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. We'll take a break. We'll return with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you a builder, contractor, or homeowner with a passion for quality? Look no further. At Yale, we pride ourselves in trusted security and quality hardware for doors. Visit our showroom on 11th Lane Street in Accra, Ghana, and discover the world of Yale door hardware handles and locks. At Yale, we understand your need for security and the desire for elegance. Our products not only protect your loved ones, but also add a touch of sophistication to your home or business. Whether Whether you're renovating your space or crafting a new masterpiece, Yale is your trusted partner with a history of 180 years of innovation. Come on down to Yale today. Experience the perfect blend of security and style with Yale. Yale, where security meets style.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. I want time where you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Walambo! I asked him to buy me original Polita.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Talk to Papa. Open your back, come on. And you Polita no gala. Hey, Papa.
Papa, can
the Polita is original, the first and the best.
What is? Who got also to be acrobat to use it?
Polita, yes.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's move to other stories. And the National Pensions Regulatory Authority has issued a statement. Actually, it's not a statement, it's a letter to the Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT. And it's titled DSA. Okay, Salutation DSA. The title is Sale of Hotels Owned by the Trust. We write to acknowledge receipt of the documents submitted to us on 7th June 2024 in response to our request for information on the Trust's intention to engage Rock City Hotel Limited as a strategic investor in the matter of the sale of the 4 hotels, namely La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Elmina Beach Resort, Buswan Beach Resort, and Ridge Royal Hotel, Trust Lodge, owned by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT. In assisting the authority to have a better understanding of the facts associated with the sale and the pending negotiations to engage Rock City Hotels Limited as a strategic investor, you and your team appeared before the board of the authority at their meeting held on Tuesday, 25th June 2024, to further provide insights on the subject, albeit inconclusive. The authority appreciates the efforts and commitment demonstrated so far by your good self and your team to assist us make the necessary determination on the matter pursuant to our function under Section 7G of the National Pensions Act 2008, Act 766, that mandates us to, quote, regulate and monitor the implementation of the Basic National Social Security Scheme, BNSSS. As you may be aware, Section 67(2) of the Act requires us to issue relevant guidelines to guide your investment decisions. In furtherance of this requirement, you are hereby directed by the board of the authority to suspend all the processes seeking to engage Rock City Hotel Limited as a strategic investor in matter of the sale of the above-mentioned hotels. The authority, in addition to the evaluation of the documents submitted to us, is engaging the Minister for Pensions and relevant stakeholders on the subject matter. Further directives shall be issued to you on the subject matter as soon as we conclude our engagement and the evaluation of the relevant facts associated with the subject matter. We are counting on your usual cooperation. Thank you. Yours faithfully signed, John Kwanin Mbro, Chief Executive Officer of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA. So that is just communication that has come through from the National Pensions Regulatory Authority on the sale of SNIT hotels. And what other stories do you have?
The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice has announced its intention to finalize its report on a petition brought by the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. This development follows a delay due to the lack of necessary information from JNS Talent Company. In January 2023, Mr. Ablakwa lodged a petition with Shraj alleging corruption and abuse of office linked to certain expenditures by the National Cathedral. The entities implicated in this petition include Reverend Kusi Boateng, JNS Talent Center Limited, the Ministry of Finance, and the National Cathedral, among others. Shraj, in a recent statement, clarified that the delay in its report is attributable to JNS Talent Center Limited's failure to furnish the required information. Despite this, Mr. Ablakwa has expressed confidence that Shraj will soon resolve these issues and conclude its investigation.
So let's remain with Mr. Ablakwa. He's MP for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. That's his name, former Deputy Minister of Information, former Deputy Minister for Education. He is the man behind this whole SNIT sale of hotels saga. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Umaru.
I just read a letter that the NPRA issued, which is a directive to the SNIT to suspend the sale of hotels based on information that was provided them. As someone who is behind this expose, as you like to call it, what's your reaction that NPRA has stepped in?
Good evening to all distinguished Ghanaians listening to us. This development is a very significant one. I will call this an initial victory for the masses of our country. All along, SNIT has been defiant. Even when I petitioned Shraj, I intercepted documents that proved that they were going ahead full speed, neck-breaking speed to finalize this deal. And that is why we had to mobilize and hit the streets and stage the hands-off our hotel's demonstration last week, the 18th of June. I am glad that finally the resistance of the people, the voice of the people, and in this matter, the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians were very emphatic, from organized labor, civil society organizations, the chiefs of LA, the chiefs of Gamashi, and every Ghanaian, including those in academia, were very, very unequivocal that this deal stinks to the high heavens. It did not make sense. It did not meet conflict of interest standards. This deal was not in the national interest. And yet, SNIT was defiant. So I am glad that the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, the institution that regulates SNIT, has stepped in and has told SNIT in very clear language that they should suspend. But I have been very careful with my choice of words. Remember, I have called this an initial victory. It is not a final victory, because what we want is a cancellation of this deal, not a suspension. A suspension could have a certain negative effect where we all think that it is okay now to lower our guards, to take our eyes off, and then we could be hit with a surprise where this deal will be resurrected. So we are going to maintain keen vigilance. The resistance will continue. We will not withdraw our petition before Shraj. I will continue to cooperate with Shraj. I have told Shraj that I have additional documents I have intercepted which prove that this deal violates multiple laws, including the Income Tax Act, including our procurement laws. And we are going to submit all of these documents to Shraj. We will continue to cooperate with Shraj's investigations dealing with the vexed issue of conflict of interest in violation of Article 284, Article 78, and Article 98 of the 1992 Constitution. So, an initial victory, but because it is not a cancellation and it is a suspension, we will be cautious, we will be keenly following, and we will continue the resistance until the government announces in very clear terms that they are permanently backing off this transaction, which has never been in the national interest.
Have you had any petitions to the NPRA, though, that is necessitating this, or this is NPRA engaging in this action on its own as a regulator, having seen the public discourse on the matter?
It appears to me that this is NPRA stepping in as the regulator. We have not petitioned the NPRA. We have only petitioned SHRAJ, and we have only initiated actions in Parliament. Indeed, if you look at the business statement for next week, as presented by the Honourable Majority Leader today, the Minister for Employment has been scheduled to appear before us to answer urgent questions from me on this SNIT transaction. So we have been working within Parliament and working with SHRAJ, cooperating with SHRAJ's investigation. But for the NPRA, we did not formally approach them. So I want to believe that the NPRA has stepped in as the regulator. And you can tell from their own statement that they invited SNIT to submit documents to justify this sale, and they have reviewed the documents, and this is the outcome. They are asking SNIT to suspend for further engagement.
I'm getting the sense that the NPRA wants more information, further and better particulars. As an interested party, would you behave like an amicus curiae and go to the NPRA with the information that you say you have, which information you believe is a reason there should be no sale of the hotels owned by SNIT?
I will be more than happy if the NPRA invites me. I'll be more than happy to cooperate and to submit all the documents we have intercepted on this matter. I do not want to be presumptuous to assume that probably NPRA does not have all the facts or has not seen all the ills that we have been listed, the litany of breaches and infractions. But if they do invite me, I am more than happy to appear before them. You know that in this exercise, you always have to make yourself available to state institutions, even to courts. There are other aspects of some of these matters I have pursued, which have ended up in the courts, and I diligently attend upon the courts when I am needed. So I are consistent with our conduct. If the NPRA invites me to submit all of what I have in my possession, I will be more than happy to promptly comply.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're most welcome.
That's the Honourable Samuel Kuyeto Ablakwa, former Deputy Minister of State and Member of Parliament for North Tong. He also led that demonstration dubbed Keep Hands Off Our Hotels. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka, in Accra. Eno.
The chairman of the Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana, George Ansong, has confirmed a successful agreement with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission for an upward adjustment in the vehicle maintenance allowance. The union, which includes the Senior Staff Association, Universities of Ghana, Federation of Senior Staff Association of Ghana, and Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, met with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission regarding the exclusion of their members from the recent review of the vehicle maintenance allowance and related allowances. In an interview with Citi News, George Ansong stated that the adjustment would take effect from May this year.
We received the invitation late on Tuesday, I think early Tuesday, that we should meet them. So we met them, and thankfully they have granted our request. The bone of contention then was which month do they start the implementation? They were saying May this month. But we stood our grounds and finally they agreed that they are extending it to us and starting from January as they did for the UTAC people. And then henceforth, such allowances that are common to all, when there's time for negotiation, all the parties will come together and negotiate. And not like one group go in and being granted and the others will have to fight later on.
You heard the chairman of the Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana, George Ansong. The Ochehine Osajefo Amwete Ofori-Penyi has urged journalists in the country to pursue truth and speak truth to power with integrity, compassion, and a commitment to justice. He emphasized the need for journalists to speak for the marginalized, amplify their stories, and hold those in power accountable for their actions. Speaking at the launch of a book titled Truth Over Speed, Journalism Manual for the Digital Age by Nana Kwesi Jan Apenting, Ochehine stressed that journalists have a critical role to play in society and must hold duty bearers to account at all times.
To our journalists, I say this is the pursuit of truth is a noble calling. It's a calling that requires courage and determination and a commitment to justice. Do not be afraid to seek the truth, even when it is difficult. Do not be afraid to speak the truth to power, even when it is uncomfortable. Do not be afraid to challenge the status quo when it is risky. However, courageous journalism is not only an issue of moral choice, but the result of continuous study. And that is where this manual comes in handy. To our leaders, I say, we ought to support our journalists in their pursuit of truth, recognize their courage and dedication, and reward their bravery. Do not intimidate or harass them seeking the truth. Instead, encourage them to continue seeking the truth if it's even inconvenient.
You heard the Ochehine Osajefo Amwete Ofori-Penyi. The Senior Vice President of MTN Group Market, Ebenezer Asante, called on the private sector to promote media literacy and support independent media outlets through progressive policies and encourage responsible journalism.
We must continue to promote media literacy, support independent media outlets through progressive policies, and encourage responsible journalism, starting with the ethical standing of the journalist as a person, their belief and respect for the truth, and preeminence of facts. This must go beyond their ability to communicate clearly and finely. Private sector players like MTN and others must play their part by investing in good quality media capacity building and development initiatives.
You heard Ebenezer Asante, Senior Vice President of MTN.
Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish Magobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you have the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Choboy! We have a new leader in town. Obiarentie. Amanfo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal packed with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Attention, shoppers and textile lovers. The Ghana Revenue Authority introduces the textile tax stamp, effective from July 1st, 2024. This stamp protects your jobs and livelihoods from illicit trading, counterfeiting, and smuggling. This is not a tax. It is just a compliance measure to protect the textiles industry in Ghana. So which products are affected? All African prints, textiles are included. Look out for the green border for domestic products, red border for imports, and blue for the transition period. Remember, look for the textile tax stamp when you buy. Protect our local industry and jobs. For importers and manufacturers, register and get your stamps at your nearest GRA office or online at www.gratextiletaxstamp.com. Please note, it is an offense to display, buy, or sell products without the stamp. Enforcement begins July 1st, 2024. Remember, no stamp, don't buy.
Hey, today. I can't wait to watch my favorite sport on my newest NASCO television. Charlie, the view be clear, Papa. HD quality you can trust.
Ever since Kwame became a star with NASCO, if not football, then it's chilling with his friends with some ice chilled drink from NASCO's refrigerator because it chills so well.
No wonder his friends can't resist but come to watch their games here. I think they like the cool breeze with NASCO air condition.
NASCO's washing machine and gas cooker makes home lovely.
Go! It's always fun with NASCO home appliances. Enjoying the football you love and all other NASCO products like the durable NASCO Ion, NASCO Microwave, and NASCO Blender. Visit all our EGL showrooms nationwide and grab yours now or via online. NASCO delivery is fast and swift, just a call away. Make the football viewing experience memorable with NASCO home appliances. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Like I advertised in my headlines, there are a number of issues coming out from Parliament. Kweku Kwatin has been demoted as Finance Committee Chair. That's one. MPs, that's members of Parliament, are planning to have pensions for themselves. That's two. Three, the NDC MPs are saying if the majority leader does not bring the free SHS bill to the House, they will call him names. I don't know what names there are. And finally, the flag bearer of the NPP, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has gone to the House to meet with the majority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, on his running mate choice, which running mate we are told is coming from the House, the majority caucus. So we have the majority leader on the line, MP for Ifutu, Honorable Alexander Kwamna Afenyo-Markin. He's joining us. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You are the leader of the House. We are happy to have you. We have a number of issues we would be grateful if you can help us clear. So first of all, we are seeing, I'm just looking at Channel 1 TV, news.com, saying that you've had a meeting today with the number 2 gentleman of the line. In fact, I'm seeing a nice photograph of you in your blue suit and him in a dark suit. Do you mind sharing with us the part that is worth sharing with the public, what meeting that was about?
Well, thank you once again. Yes, the leader of our party and flag bearer met with the leadership of Parliament and had an extensive engagement with us regarding the way forward for the party in the 2024 elections. In the end, the conclusion was that our respected colleague, Dr. Matthew Pokupempe, is his choice for running mate, and that as is normally the practice, and out of respect, the caucus would have to be informed and engaged about the decision. I've proceeded to engage the caucus, and so far the feedback has been positive, that the generality of the caucus members are in support of his choice. What it is that for it to be confirmed or for it to become official, there's going to be a National Council meeting, which per our constitution is the highest decision-making body after Congress, and then that would also be further deliberated. But from what it tells us, it appears that there's a general consensus on that, and that there will be no problem. We also inquired from him the views of the president on it, and it was very positive. So it means that the various organs have been engaged from the information he gave us, and that everything is set for our brother Matthew Opoku-Prempeh to join him to hold the flag of the party for the 2024 election. I would want to strongly make this case that we are in this together. As we, the Freemasons, who say we've all sprung from the same stock, partakers of the same nature, and sharers in the same hope. None is perfect in this whole game. We may have our individual differences, and once a decision is made, if it's made, we must all rally behind him and make sure that we do the right thing. In fact, the flag bearer at the meeting also indicated, and I have his permission to make it public. And they said that, well, there were a number of respected colleagues that he was considering. He mentioned Dr. Bichum. He mentioned our colleague Brian Achampon. He mentioned our former colleague Honorable Natoshi, the Administrator of Common Fund. He mentioned Honorable First Deputy Speaker Joe Osewushu, and some others not in Parliament, that these were all individuals that he was strongly considering, but in the end, he had to make a final decision, and it fell on our brother. So we asked him that, oh, sir, so what about you reaching out to them? He said, oh, well, he started engaging them and to also inform them that, oh, this is his decision. So I think that is a very positive indication. I would also want to encourage all colleagues who had the aspiration of, being considered to see it as God's own decision, that the mantle has fallen on the Apo. We have to move on as a party. As for politics, you never can tell what will happen tomorrow. So when today is not your day, you take it easy and then wait for your turn or wait another day for God's own decision. Many party members, have their own examples to share, and I'm sure we know that, So that is where we are. It is Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, and I would again strongly urge colleagues that they should be guided, and be careful of utterances that would not help our cause.
As a party,
In fact, when the NDC National Council of Elders met, some of us got wind of some, outcomes, including the fact that Madam Jenano Poko-Ajiman, the professor, did not get an overwhelming support. But when they came out and announced the decision that, look, she is the chosen one, we never had a single soul in the NDC fighting it. And that is the nature of politics. So that's about it. I humbly so submit.
Very well. In Napo, or Napo being your choice now as a party, what does he bring to the table? You have worked with him.
Don't use Napo being the choice of the party. I'm making reference to the flag bearer.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay, fine.
It would be.
I withdraw.
I'm not going into.
I withdraw.
Who is?
I withdraw. My question. I think my question is, Napo being the choice of your flag bearer, and since you're asking everybody to rally around him, I'm saying, what does he bring to the table for you as a party going into this election? You have known him and worked with him for decades.
Let's discuss those matters after the Tuesday final decision.
Very well. Let's talk about some other things on the floor of the House today.
Yes, please.
Your colleague, a constituency from the Ashanti, just escaped me, Honorable Kweku Kwatin, Obuasi West. Thank you so much. Former Deputy Minister. What have you done with him? The reports are that you've demoted him, made him a spokesperson. What exactly is the decision of leadership on Kweku Kwatin?
Kweku is a very respected member of parliament. He is well respected by the caucus. We know his competence when it comes to issues of the economy. I'm surprised that people will misconstrue an elevation to mean a demotion. You are aware that there is a new rules book. We have our new standing orders we approved, and that has created a space for new committees. For instance, Defense and Interior Committee has now been split. We now have an Intelligence Committee of Parliament. And when we had some visitors recently from other advanced jurisdictions, they were encouraging us to ensure certain kind of people with a certain background to be members of that committee. And the Economy Committee is the most important committee of all the committees. We need a tried and tested person to head that committee. And we need somebody who can face the NBC squarely on the floor. And nobody doubts Kweku's competence when it comes to issues about the economy. You know, in President Kufuor's era, he was the major government spokesperson, a very respected government spokesperson. And he's been doing this all through, position he did. He's had an experience at the finance ministry. And finally, becoming a deputy minister. We cannot disregard his experience and his competence so I consider it an investigation. The Economic Committee, on the scale, is much more stronger than the Economic than the Finance Committee. Previously, Finance Committee was a committee that handled everything. So I think that if we're not an authority, an elevation. But all these will be properly formalized on the House floor. I only get to get the MDC to know that if they have their dongo and their whatnot, we have Kweku Kwatin, who is now going to officially be the spokesperson of the caucus on the economy. So they should get ready for us. That's it.
Okay, so when you say economic committee, is that a new standing committee of the House or an ad hoc committee?
Yes,
so based on your standing orders, there's a new standing committee that will be called, or is called, economic committee. Would there still be finance committee, or that replaces finance committee? Hello? Leader? Hello? Sorry, we lost Alexander Penyo Markin there. He's majority leader of the House and MP for Efutu. We're asking him to explain further that position that has been given to Kweku Kwatin as spokesperson of the Economic Committee. Mind you, he was chair of the Finance Committee. He was, and we are told that he was accused of hindering the approval of tax waivers for companies under the one district, one factory policy. That's one of the allegations being made as one of the reasons for his removal and being given this new position. The leader says it is rather a promotion, not a demotion, as has been reported. We're seeking also to hear his view on the challenge that has been thrown to him by the minority side on that free SHS bill. I'm told I have him back on the line. Leader, sorry we lost you there. I was asking you that, so it means, are we going to have finance committee as well as economic committee side by side, or one replaces the other?
Yes, for the new standing order, there's going to be a finance committee standing alone and an economy committee standing alone.
So you're yet to constitute members of that committee, correct?
Some other committee.
No, for the economic committee, you're yet to put members in there.
All committees.
So you are starting afresh for every committee now?
Yes. That is what it is.
I see. Now, if committees in Parliament are usually led by chairman, vice chairman ranking, and deputy ranking, this new role of spokesperson, how does it work?
You are not paying attention to me.
Leader, if I were not paying attention to you, I cannot have this conversation with you, and I would advise
because
you.
I would have to be repeating myself.
No, you are not repeating yourself. I'm asking you a specific question.
What you want me to do.
I am saying to you that your committees you wait and hear my question. No, you are not repeating what you have said. I'm asking you a specific question. Your committees have chairman, vice chairman, ranking, and deputy ranking. Kweku Kwarteng is going to be spokesperson of the economic committee. Are you going to have spokesperson as a new role for all committees, or spokesperson is going to be alongside chairman, vice chair, ranking, and vice ranking?
Take my answers in its absolute terms and in context. I am saying that Mr. Kweku Kwarteng, a respected member of parliament, is going to chair the new economic committee. Again, he is going to be our arrowhead on matters of the economy. In other words, he is going to be the majority spokesperson on the economy. Simplicity. All other matters not on the table for now. Respectfully, sir.
Very well. What would the finance committee be handling then? And how different would that be from the economic committee?
The details of their respective mandates will come up on the House floor.
When should we expect that?
Well, the rules of the House, Mr. Speaker has the selection committee. So that engagement process is in motion, respectfully.
Another claim has been made that Kweku Kwarteng was torpedoing some of the agenda of the House, including hindering the approval of tax waivers for companies under one district, one factory policy. Can you confirm or deny that?
I cannot make that allegation against his person. That would be unfair for me to do.
Very well. Another issue in the House, free SHS bill. You spoke about it, I think, in an interview last week or 2 weeks ago. The minority side has said that you were complaining about a non-existent bill before the House. Today, they said they were daring you to bring the bill, or you should risk being called names. What's the status of the free SHS bill, and why are you...
No, you know, they are having palpitations. And I will leave them to suffer, you know, the way they are suffering. Leave them alone. I'm not going to respond to that. The free SHS bill will come. It will come.
So
it will come. They are against the bill. Listen, they are against the bill. I'm not going to respond to them. They are against the bill. They've never been in support of free education in the country. And these are a group of inconsistent politicians when it comes to educational policy. I'm not going to respond to them. They will see. MPP is talk nadu. We talked about the free SHS, we implemented it. Now we want to fortify the policy with the legislation. And as a leader of government business, I made an announcement on the House floor that the cabinet, the president has given executive approval for the bill to be brought to the House. The Minister of Education, who should pretend the ministry, would come to the House, and they will get to know. I have made an announcement. What is their problem? You know, in my political life, I don't just blow hot air. I won't just come out of my way to say what does not exist. So they should know me better. Judge me by my who I am. I wouldn't just come out and say this or that. But they themselves are afraid of the bill. They know that it's a game changer.
But it's a game changer. But how can they be afraid of something you have not even brought before the House? And that's what they're saying to you, that you have said you actually crying wolf where there's none. You haven't even brought the bill before the House. And yesterday I heard them banging on tables and demanding that you produce the bill. As of tonight, no bill has been presented. So how do you accuse them of opposing what has not been brought? That's what they're saying to you.
The point is that they are so inconsistent. They are not sure what they are about.
I think you're distracted. Let me help you with the question again. So the question is that.
It's not about directly. I'm not obliged to answer your question. I'm obliged to express a view. So
yeah, but I'm saying that
they get palpitated when they hear about the free SHS bill.
Honorable member,
call me names or not is up to them. It's up to them.
Honorable member,
I am saying that we are going to introduce the bill.
When?
And the bill will come. The bill would be in the chamber.
When would the bill come? When would the bill come? Honorable Leader, when would the bill come to the House? Majority Leader? Oh, so the Honorable Majority Leader is not responding to that last question. We end the conversation here. This is Eyewitness News.
Which other question do you want?
The question is what I've asked. When are you bringing the SHS bill, free SHS bill, to the House?
The free SHS bill would be in the House.
When?
The free SHS bill will be in the House.
On which day, sir? Hello?
The free SHS bill will be in the House.
On which day, sir?
Don't be the spokesperson for the NDC minority. Let us be interested in ensuring that the necessary consultations are done to get the bill into the House. And that has been the process.
So you haven't finished consultation and you're already accusing people of opposing what you have yet to bring?
But they say they are opposing. It's not me accusing them, respectfully.
You called the press conference and first made this announcement.
Then it means that you are not reading what they've been saying.
No, they started
on the House floor.
They started saying it after your interview.
Are we having a fair conversation?
Very, very fair.
I announced on the House floor, respectfully. I announced on the House floor that the government intends to bring a free SHS bill. I did. And they went out of their way to attack the government, that we don't need a free SHS bill. That's what they said. How then do they now turn around? You remember their party machinery issued a statement saying that they are opposed to the free SHS bill. Isn't within the right of mandate of government to announce an intent, to announce a policy that these are the things that it intends doing, and the appropriate agency will in due time take the necessary steps to get it operationalized, and that's the same format.
Okay,
it's not the first time.
Very well.
So I see no reason why they are having palpitations.
All right. Finally, my guest on Point Blank tonight is a former MP for Adenta. You can call him a retiree MP. I'm hearing you are planning something nice for MPs when they go on retirement. Can you briefly tell us what that is and how different would that be from what the SNIT gives to people at the end of the work regularly?
Frankly speaking, I'm unable to speak to that issue for now.
Very well. Let's leave it here. Thank you so much. That was Alexander Penyumakin, his MP for Futu and Majority Leader in the House of Parliament. Like I said, my guest is a former Adenta MP, Kojo Edwasari. He's joining me for Point Blank, but before then, Eno will be bringing us the latest in the world of business. Stay with us. This is Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Inosafa. Let's settle for the details. If you are a consumer of petroleum products, brace yourself for fuel price hikes. The average price for refined petroleum products is increasing, compounded by the worsening forex exchange rate. Citi Business News' Daniel Sakite provides an in-depth analysis of these developments as the first pricing window of July approaches.
Major market leaders such as state-owned GUEL and Total Energies at the commencement of the second pricing window in June retained their prices from the first pricing window. GUEL, for instance, sold a litre of petrol at 14 cedis 60 pesos, while a litre of diesel XP was sold to consumers at 14 cedis 75 pesos per litre. Total Energies, meanwhile, consistently retained its price at 14 cedis 65 pesos in at least the preceding two pricing windows. However, OMCs such as Shell reduced their prices from 14 cedis 84 pesos for both petrol and diesel in the first pricing window of June to selling a litre of petrol at 14 cedis 60 pesos, while diesel sold at 14 cedis 75 pesos in the second pricing window. With the second pricing window of July in the offing, refined petroleum products on the international market are witnessing increments. For example, the average price of diesel has witnessed a 6.84% increment and is now pegged at $778.32 per metric ton compared to the average price of $728.52 per metric ton used in the first pricing window of June. Citi Business News has cited an advisory issued by the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors indicating the FX rate to be used by bulk import, distribution and export companies. It pegs the appropriate FX rate to be used by the BDEX between 15 cedis 50 pesos and 15 cedis 55 pesos to the US dollar. Per this trend, OMCs are likely to hike prices, particularly for diesel, in the first pricing window of July.
That was a news desk report by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakite. The Bank of Ghana has clarified reports suggesting it has been underreporting remittance inflows. According to its data shared with Citi Business News, Ghana recorded $4.97 million in inward remittances in 2015, consistent with World Bank figures. The data also shows that in 2022, both the Bank of Ghana and the World Bank reported $4.16 million in inward remittances. In an exclusive interview with Citi Business News, Bernard Otabil, Director of Communications at the Bank of Ghana, noted that the World Bank's data captured both inflows and outflows, thus cannot be compared with the Bank of Ghana's, which captured just the inflows.
But I will just say that, yes, I've also heard media reports to the effect that the data that the Bank of Ghana is actually capturing on the remittance side does not match what I think World Bank has published. So that is very misleading. And the problem here is, the lack of understanding of how the BOP, because I believe that the figures that is being put out there is the data that they have captured or they have picked from the BOP that is published by us. The BOP figure that you see is a net position, including both inflows and outflows. But if you look at the inflows component, which we do have, only the inflows component that the World Bank is capturing, it is largely aligned. There's no problem there. So if you don't understand the data source, how the data is put together, and you give up misleading statement to that effect, it's quite unfortunate.
That was the Director of Communications at the Bank of Ghana, Bernard Otabil. The International Civil Aviation Organization has given Ghana until 2026 to wrap up its transition from the existing manual system of aeronautical data to a digital platform. The Ghana Civil Aviation Authority reports that plans are well underway to procure the necessary infrastructure and hire highly skilled professionals to manage the new platform. Fidelia Kwekuma serves as the head of Aeronautical Information Services at the authority.
Efficiently operate with such a system, you need also the personnel who will be working with that system. You need some skills and competencies and some people with certain backgrounds so that you'll be able to operate efficiently in that environment. And so that is what they have given approval. And so it takes a little bit of time because these are off-the-shelf systems. So you give them specifications and then you tender. It goes through a long process. They come and then they develop it to meet your requirements or the specifications that's based on your operational standards, what you have in place at the moment. Because the different actors have different capabilities. So certain states are more advanced and especially those that are a little bit behind. but then we are getting there. And so ICAO has given us 2026.
Fidelia Kwekuma is head of Aeronautical Information Services at the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. Standard Chartered Bank has recorded a remarkable increased profit of 45% for the 2023 financial year. The bank's capital adequacy ratio for the year under review was also 27.7%, which is well above the regulatory threshold of 10%. Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Mansanete, spoke at this year's annual general meeting.
The external environment. Standard Chartered produced a strong set of results which saw a return to profitability in 2023 compared to the prior year, as the chairman already mentioned. Just to repeat some of the highlights. We delivered income growth of 42% over the previous year to 1.72 billion. Operating cost was at 582 million. That is a 33% hike over the previous year. While we took a huge impairment charge of 1.16 billion in 2022 as a result of the debt exchange program, we had a release of 220 million in 2023.
Mansanete is the Chief Executive Officer of Standard Chartered Bank. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Inosafo. Up next is Points Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
One of the best decisions you can possibly make at the start of your day is to tune in to the City Breakfast Show. Insightful, intriguing, intelligent, and informative. The City Breakfast Show offers an attractive alternative to the noisy mishmash of morning radio. Tune in to the City Breakfast Show for passionate discussions on issues that matter and enjoy interviews where duty bearers and decision makers have their feet held to the fire. The City Breakfast Show airs from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Friday, only on 97.3 Citi FM.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is. Where the passion is. Where the laughter is. And sometimes, even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Damado. 2 weeks ago, we advertised that we were going to host the Honorable Kojo Edu Asare, a then-time member of Parliament, former. Unfortunately, we could not have that conversation tonight, though he's in our studio. His nickname is Honorable Swagger. You're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you, my brother Umaru Sanda Amadu.
How are you, sir?
I'm great.
It's been long. I used to host you on The Big Issue, host you many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You've been missing in action.
You see, I can't walk into your studio.
That's true.
On what?
Uninvited. Now you're throwing the thing back.
Yeah, so I can only be here.
I have not invited
when you invite me.
Very well. But how is life after Parliament, and what have you been up to?
After Parliament, I got the privilege to serve under President Mahama's government as a presidential staffer. And then I was assigned the role to set up what used to be
Youth Enterprise Support. Okay.
Yeah, now NAPE or whatever they call it. Yeah. So I set it up and launched it during the NDC era. Later, Helga Bwedi.
That was a 10 million fund.
Yes.
Helga Bwedi's. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So she took over from me. And, later, I worked under the Chief of Staff's office, in charge of what do we call it? Now, these non-performing vehicles that we needed to auction, state vehicles and so on. So I was working under the Chief of Staff to, mobilize those, or let me say, harness them, and then look for the right people to sell them to, raise revenue. Those that we had to, refurbish and all of those things we did. So 2017 January, set.
They threw you away.
And of course, we've since been home trying to survive.
How has life been? How's the life?
Well, it's been, I would call it a roller coaster. Sometimes good, sometimes terrible. But of course, somewhere from 2020, I was taken ill. And so I had to slow down a little bit. And we've since been grappling with it, back and forth, treatment here, treatment there. But by God's grace, just 4 months ago, I had an accident at home. I slipped and fell, and I broke my pelvic bone.
Wow.
Yeah, it fractured, so I needed what do we call that? An implant surgery. Yeah, so since then I've been home. Today is about my third day out.
Wow.
Since that accident.
You've been indoors?
I've been, like, the first, I was bedridden, I would say.
Wow.
I mean, right after the accident. I mean, I couldn't do anything for myself. I was virtually on bed. I did everything from the bed until the surgery was done. And then after about a week and a half, at least, I was able to manage with the Zimmer frame. You know, the Zimmer,
Yes.
So I started with that. After about 2 months, I graduated to the double crutch. And now I'm having just one crutch, and I'm still.
So you're recovering.
Yes, and I'm practicing the walking without the sticks. It's a bit tough, but I'm getting somewhere.
Wish you all the best and a speedy recovery too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's talk about the party belong to the NDC. How is the NDC looking? Well, I remember during the internal primaries, you had your own views on.
I still do. I think we have gone past that level, though. But sometimes your party leadership has a way of demonstrating the strength of the organization very well. So I personally think that There's some wobbly aspects of it, but hopefully with time they get better.
You think your party is wobbly?
Some aspects, not the you know, I personally have a certain view vis-a-vis what used to exist before, you know, especially in an election year and all of that.
You have 5 months to election. You are not sure of your party.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not sure. I said
you are suspicious of how your party is working. It's limping.
I expect a bit of zest, you know, especially coming from the experiences of 2020. Because some of us were at the NEF Center. I was then the director for special duties. So I was working, you know, at the NEF Center with the director of elections, director of IT and all of those. We were right at the NEF Center of everything, you know. So maybe something is going on that I'm not aware of, but of course.
You mean you are not seeing the action from the NDC? You are not seeing hunger? What are you not seeing?
Well, maybe the format has changed, okay, because four years ago, around this time, we had something we used to call the SOS, speak out sessions. We were going out there soliciting views of the people on the ground and all of that. And also, we had the certain strategy that took us to certain areas, hinterlands, you know, from the national headquarters. And for those of us who were even involved in that strategy in particular, I don't want to say everything. Nobody has even called any one of us to ask us what we did. You understand? And I'm afraid...
No stock was taken.
That's what I'm saying. I'm afraid that what we did was able to yield results that got us some of the seats that we had lost in 2016 back. You know, and for those of us, myself, the former organizer, Akamba, the former chairman, and a few others who came together to form that group, the late Jifa Ativo, former roads minister, what's his name? Oh,
is it Innocent?
No, the other guy.
From Central Tongue,
Joe Gidisu and others, Albert Ziga. So many other people were involved in this strategy I was talking about.
Could it be that the strategy is ongoing? There are people playing that role, but you are not aware because you are outside the circle?
You see, that's what I'm saying to you, that those who mooted the strategy and the team that implemented it, this new set of leadership should have been briefed on that. Then one would say at least we have bequeathed a certain, you know, knowledge to them. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I've been on the touchline. Nobody calls you. Nobody, you know, and it's strange that the last director of elections, Honorable Elvis Free-Ankara, is missing around the scene and all of that. It's a bit personally, that's why I said some of the things I'm seeing seem wobbly for my liking.
Where is the blame from for the wobbliness of the NDC? Is it from the flag bearer and presidential candidate, or from the national chairman Johnson?
You see, once elections are done and over with, we should learn to, you know, what would I say? Break free from the shackles of the election. Move on and get people who can do the work to do the work.
Your party has not moved on.
I think they are holding on to grudges. So I'll teach
those who have won or those who have lost?
Those who have won, they are the ones who have power to demonstrate anything against anybody else.
They have not forgiven.
Do you understand? So if you didn't belong to a particular whatever, nobody cares about you, so, whether you have what it takes to help or not. But we have some perspective that we want to use to, because look, it's only when we win elections that we have anything to benefit. Do you understand? So we are a team. We all went to seek leadership. Some got it, some didn't. Doesn't mean those who didn't get it are blank in their heads. Do you understand? Give them opportunity to demonstrate what they have. There are other, look, like I said, this is radio. The things we did with that strategy I'm talking about. I mean, Akamba, if he's listening to me, he knows what I'm talking about. Ofusampofu knows what I'm talking about. Chairman Ofusampofu knows what I'm talking about. Joe Gidisu, I haven't seen him since that time. Albeziga and Co. And many others. Okay? And it was one solid strategy that we deployed and went down.
But that strategy led to a defeat. Maybe those who are running the party now think it was a useless strategy. So there's no point
a defeat from losing 1 million votes in 2016 and losing about 400 and something, almost 500,000. You call that a defeat? You made inroads, and in politics, you recover numbers before you can win any elections. Do you understand? That is how it works. You make sure you recover the numbers. Then you can go ahead and win elections based on the way you have recovered the numbers. So everything now directs to the point that in this election, NDC has everything that it takes to win it. Okay,
but so all hands have to be on deck.
Exactly.
Who is preventing the hands from being on deck?
I don't know. I don't want to speculate on this beautiful show, but I think it beats my mind.
You're not speculating, but you've already indicted the current executive led by the chairman.
I haven't. I am just probably their mind has not been acquiesced to some of these things yet.
You've said that those who have won have not moved beyond the election campaigning yet.
Yeah, because some decisions that have been taken that I am aware of seem to have, emanated from that kind of
bitterness.
Yeah, because it shows there are people who didn't support a certain group of people, and when the new team won, some of them have lost their positions and other things.
But that's fair. That's expected.
That is expected.
You were in Adenta when you won Parliament. I'm sure when it was going to be time for the parliamentary constituency executive election, you supported some people and prayed that some others lost.
You see,
it's normal when presidents win, they choose their team. When Chairman Ofusampofu was there, he chose his team. Now Mosquito, new king, new rule.
You see, I don't mind, but you must make sure that those you are replacing them with have what it takes to.
But if you supported someone else against the current chairman,
that is not the subject.
I know. I'm just saying and I'm not using you, but I'm saying if you supported someone else against the current chairman and he has won, do you genuinely, you're a politician, honestly expect that you should still be invited to the table?
You see, you want to win elections, and the votes, as they say, is what 50 plus what
1.
So every vote counts. Do you understand? So if you understand that bit of the politics that we are in, you don't dump people. Do you understand? You keep them at your arm's reach, even if you find them to be your enemy.
So you use them when you
understand? You need them. You use them when you need them. That is what you do. A good strategist, that's what they do. They don't dispense everyone off. You look for their strength. You may not eat in the same bowl with them, but you ensure that as and when they are needed, you bring them on board and use their strength to achieve the
That's
purpose.
not happening now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You don't see it happening.
Yeah, because it beats my mind, as I told you earlier, for someone who handled the immediate past elections. I think doesn't have, institutional memory
to contribute.
And I don't see him anywhere in the picture, and it worries me.
You're referring to the former chairman?
The former elections director, Elvis, I mean.
Elvis Efriankra.
Yes.
He lost the general secretary position.
Yes.
You expect that someone like Elvis should be playing an active role?
This is someone who was the immediate past elections director.
Was deputy general secretary.
Not before.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he was also deputy general.
That's right.
Secretary.
So please, such
It
a
was,
person.
was he organizer or something?
And former elections. No, what do we call that?
He was deputy director of elections.
Campaign coordinator for President Mills.
Yeah.
Then, President Mills. Then.
And he's nowhere in the team.
I didn't see his name anywhere, and maybe there will be committees that we may all find some of the names that we didn't
Who
see.
else is missing that you are worried about?
Oh, this gentleman called Amati, Daniel Amati.
From Lejo Kuku?
Yes.
Former chairman?
Yes. This is a guy.
Former MCA?
Yes. This is a guy who is a colossus of election or electoral knowledge.
He's absent.
He's absent. I don't find him anywhere. Sylvester Mensah, I haven't seen his name anywhere. These were people who were in the thick, of the affairs of the party just 4 years ago.
The biggest beneficiary of your victory, if you secure victory, would be John Dramani Mahama. Should he not be the one who should step foot down and say that these things ought to be done?
He has his hands very tied when it comes to deciding who should be where. He needs to compose the team made up of national officers. You understand? Majority must be made up of national officers. So you can tell that from his main campaign team, majority of them are from the national executive. It is the steering committee that has brought on other people. But I don't know what role. I'm waiting to see their rules of engagement, so I will know what exactly.
But the buck stops with John Mahama.
Yeah, but I'm saying
so
that
if things are wobbly, he should
party,
step in.
Yeah, I agree. That I agree. And
but you're not blaming him. You're blaming the national executives.
You see, he as flag bearer also has limitations. All right, he cannot bulldoze his way over what the national constitution and so on require that he does and so on. So definitely he has, even if he has what it takes to bring people on board, it cannot be unilateral. He has to consult and so on. So if someone doesn't like that fees, they will definitely parry that decision.
If things continue the way they are, do you see your party winning 2024?
You see, the good thing with this era is that the entire nation is on its knees, requiring a change of government so that we can realign and rearrange things in the country. That is a certain plus that the NDC finds itself in that opportune place to the role they are being. The system itself seeks to want the NDC to play. You understand? But I also know, and that is why the flag bearer keeps saying that this election is not about the NDC alone. It's about the national interest. Let us rescue this country. Because they also know that probably the NDC is looking at it in its onerous form, may not be but we are placed. There is a scripture in the Bible where Esther, the book of Esther, and her uncle called Mordecai, there was an issue with their people, their tribesmen, and Esther was married. God fortunate, he wasn't from the country where they were, but he was a stranger. But then they managed to get to marry the king. All right, and the king has so many wives. So once a while, one wife will go. If it's not your turn and you go, your head will be chopped off and all of that. And there was this guy who was working for the king who wanted a particular, the king, he was so jealous of this lady and her people. So they wanted to finish that group of people. And it was required that this woman goes to speak to the king on a day that she's not, it wasn't her turn to visit. And you know what? When she told the uncle about it, that, look, it's not my turn to go and visit, the uncle told her, you don't know that maybe it is because of this moment that you have become the queen, or let me say the wife of the king. This very moment, because if this moment passes,
is supposed to fix.
If this moment passes, your relevance
is gone.
It's gone.
What's your point in this?
So my point is that there are times where you choose people not necessarily because of anything, but because it is their time, and that is what I think the Ghanaian people want to do with the NDC. Do you understand?
So you are confident that your party would win because of a number of circumstances and
yes,
some fortunate thing happening for you.
Because of the times like this.
But strategy-wise, your party is not looking good.
Personally, like I said, I wouldn't blame. It's not like everything is crumbling. Not at all. Because we've been around for 32, 33 years. We know how to play the game, parliamentary level, branch level, whatever. We've done it, and everybody knows what to do. So there is no qualms about that. When the structure is in place to work, the machinery and all of that.
Is that time
but between now and election, the zest, the zeal, the venom that one would have expected to because issues abound, and sometimes you wish that we took a full advantage of those issues and drummed it home for the Guardian. You don't get it.
It's not coming.
Yeah. So
do you think you can rescue it? You can fix it before elections?
Oh, definitely. We have time. 5 months is a lot of time. 5 months is a lot of time.
Unfortunately, time is not a very good friend. But just before you go, your constituency, Adenta,
yes,
does it look like you would be retained?
It's gone for good.
Gone for good means NDC is won
sure,
or lost?
That's what I mean.
You think NDC win?
That's lady.
Because your constituency is always misbehaving.
What's the name of the lady?
Kozi, the people's Kozi.
I said if Kozi doesn't get 20,000 deficit, don't ever invite me into your studio.
True. That's how bad you are expecting her to do.
I said if she doesn't get 20, it was 14,900 or something. You put adding 5,000 to it. 5,000. So if she doesn't win, less or more? That with deficit.
She doesn't lose with more than 20,000.
Please don't ever bring me into your studio. And no I mean what I'm saying.
Marked. I've marked it on the wall.
Yes.
And it's also on the internet.
You see, trust me, NDC in Adenta, it's a done deal. It's sealed. They can never, ever again take over that seat.
Honorable Kojo Edu Asari, former Adenta Member of Parliament and also known as Honorable Saga, thank you for joining us on Point Blank.
It's
been great talking to you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, brother.
And my name is Umaru Sanda Amadou. I did it with Eno Safo throughout the week. Production throughout the week supported by Kwabena Wilson and Beverly London, as well as Sami Wiafi. Daniel Squashy was handling the technical side of things for us. Edwin Kwakofi was on the new media side of things for us. We'll be back on Monday at 17:30 GMT, inshallah. However, if you want more news and current affairs, the big issue tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Channel 1 Television and Citi FM is the station. That's the program you should be waiting for with Salom Kojadron. Meanwhile, at 8 p.m. tonight on Channel 1 TV, we have Citi Newsroom. You want to stay tuned in and watch that as well. We'll be back again when God permits. Up next, I'm leaving you in the hands of the Citi sports team with Sports Panorama. Have a great weekend.